turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for. Thank you.
I am demanding for immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. U.S. lawmaker tell Nigeria's government, the federal government led by President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes, the member representing District 139 in the Texas House of Representatives. His name is Jarvis Johnson. He has asked the Nigerian government, the authorities, to immediately and unconditionally release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, yes, IPOB, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, look at what he said in the statement. Yes, released on Monday. Jarvis Johnson accused the Muhammadu Buhari-led government of engaging in genocide and crimes against Biafrans. He therefore called on the Joe Biden-led United States government to compel the Nigerian government to immediately release the foremost freedom fighter. Look at the statement. I quote, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the foremost freedom fighter for the rights of oppressed people in Nigeria. For over 19 months, after he was kidnapped in Kenya, tortured and illegally taken to Nigeria, he has been in solitary confinement. In July 2022, a United Nations working group, after its deliberations on his matter, called for his unconditional release. The Nigerian government has not complied. On October 22, several Nigerian trial and appeal courts acquitted and discharged him of all the bogus charges levied against him by the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has refused to obey the orders of its own courts, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains in solitary confinement enforced by its secret police. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health conditions have been ignored by Nigeria's secret police. He has been denied access to his doctors and to the regular supply of his medications. His health has increasingly deteriorated, and it is now feared that he may die in solitary confinement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's only offense is that he is the leading advocate for the freedom of all oppressed Nigerians and for a referendum on the Biafran issue. The right of free speech, including political advocacy, is a cornerstone of all democracies. At a time when democracy is threatened globally, it is imperative that we all join hands to protect Mazi Kanu's right of freedom of speech. The illegal kidnapping, torture, and solitary confinement of Mazi Kanu offends our democratic norms. So does the willful disobedience of the judgments of its own courts by the Nigerian government. I am demanding for the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The government of Nigeria needs to comply with the UN mandate and the orders of its own courts. The Nigerian government is carrying out another form of genocide, one citizen at a time. I am calling on the American government to get involved to stop this genocide. We have protected other countries around this world to help vulnerable populations. We need to do the same for Nigeria and its Biafran citizens. End of quote. So this is his statement. Yes, talking about Jarvis Johnson, the member representing District 139 in the Texas House of Representatives. He made mention of Onyendu's deteriorating health condition, talking about the federal government of Nigeria ignoring their own courts, talking about the federal government of Nigeria not obeying the directive of the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights. You've seen it. So, and that is what the man is saying. He said Onyendu is foremost freedom fighter. He is merely leading the people of the Biafrans out of the contraption and other oppressed Nigerians. Yes, that's what he is saying in essence. And so we thank him so much for adding his voice to this issue. So he has said it. The United States, they used to help other people the vulnerable populations, protecting them across the world. That is the custom, that is the tradition of the United States. And now it is Biafran. He is calling on the US government, yes, ably led by Joe Biden, to come to the rescue of the Biafrans. He is making an appeal to the Joe Biden-led administration to hasten to come to help the Biafrans. Yes, genocide is in the offing. The federal government of Nigeria is hell-bent. They are intransigent. Yes, they are ensuring people of the Southeast, that they are being undermined, that they feel intimidated and harassed. Yes, he said he's being harassed in the office, talking about Buhari. But he's harassing the people of the Southeast with the military, the terrorist-infested military, harassing the people of the Southeast, embarrassing them. Yes, he's embarrassing the people of the Southeast. Because this is agitation. There's no crime in it. But the way he's going about it, you begin to ask yourself certain questions. Ask yourself certain questions. What's going on in this country? Yes. Agitation, peaceful agitation. You release, you roll out drums. Tanks, armor personnel carrier. You send troops. You deploy troops upon troops. Thousands of troops that are supposed to be in Sambisa and other parts of northern Nigeria where terrorists, bandits are holding sway. You see? So that's an embarrassment to the people of the zone. Yes, to the Igbos, the noble group, the noble people who are making waves across the whole world, embarrassing the people of the Southeast, the Igbos and the Biafrans. And so we do believe that as the international community are raising concerns, yes, men who are known for truth, they are raising concerns. We believe that the temple will be sustained. Yes. The walk to freedom is always a long one. Always a long one. And since the Biafra agitation have commenced in earnest, of course, there was a country. 1967 to 1970, a country existed. And that country must come to fulfillment. It must be realized. And that is the journey so far. We appreciate all the people who are moving along with the Biafrans in this their torturous but fruitful journey so far. Aluta continua. Victoria Sata. Thank you all who are working assiduously with the Biafrans to ensure this genocide is stopped, referendum conducted, and the Biafra realized. Freedom at last.